Kuzuzambo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Ishi Gyaltsung. Our top stories this week: more than 400,000 eligible voters for the upcoming National Council elections. College of Zorik Chusum in Trashiangsi discontinues its bachelor's degree course. And Bhutan bags a bronze at the South Asian Cross Country Race Championship. The Election Commission confirms 432,030 voters eligible to vote for the upcoming National Council elections. This is as per the final electoral roll for the National Council elections 2018 released recently. Electoral roll is a list of people who are eligible and registered to vote in a particular district. Electoral roll has to be finalized a month before the poll day.
As per the final electoral roll, women comprise 51% of the total eligible voters, while men comprise 48%. However, only 6 women are contesting as candidates against 121 male candidates for the elections. The final electoral roll can be checked at the respective Dzongkhag election offices or the offices of the returning officer or at the head office in Thimphu. Tashigang Dzongkhag has over 45,000 eligible voters, making it the largest district with voter population, while Gasa has only 2,000, making it the least among other districts. And out of the total registered voters in the country, nearly 89,000 have registered as postal voters. From it, some 1,900 voters from overseas have registered as postal voters. Over the last 10 years, the number of eligible voters has increased by over 119,000. There are 127 candidates contesting for the National Council elections to be held on 20th April. Sonampem for BBS News.
The Election Commission confirms 127 candidates for the upcoming National Council elections. From 130 candidates who were confirmed to contest after the Geok Damngoi Zomdu, 3 candidates did not file in their nominations for various reasons. They are Ugen Doji from Norbugang Geok in Pemagasel, Mon Badur Rai from Samteling Geok in Sarbang, and Doji Wanchu from Pidung Geok in Trashigang. Compared to the 2013 elections, this time more people turned out for the common forum of Lauri Geok in Samrup Jonkar. This is because most Chioks in the Geok are now connected with farm roads.
More than 300 people attended the common forum yesterday. The attendance, locals say, is more than double of that in 2013.
With access to road, there is no problem in attending such meetings. We can travel in cars. We can now listen to our National Council candidates. Moreover, with 6 candidates, we have more choices.
Before, we had to walk to get to such meetings carrying packed lunch. Things have changed now, and we are happy.
Until today, I did not know about the candidates in the Dzongkhag. Now I know we have 6 of them. With a road next to my doorstep, traveling is not a problem anymore.
With the Geok Center road, things have become convenient for the election officials as well. 5 years ago, they had to walk from almost a day to reach the Geok Center. Today, the journey takes only 3 hours from Jammutsangka Tungkak. The common forum of Samdrup Jonkar will end on 9th April. The Dzongkhag has about 25,000 registered voters. For Kiloanchu in Samdrup Jonkar, Samtin Tolkar, BBS News.
The president of Druk Gakitsokpa, Cheku Drukpa, appealed to the High Court against the Election Commission's decision. The Election Commission rejected the registration of the applicant party as a political party recently. The Commission cited irregularities in the names of party members, lack of potential candidates, and concerns on party ideology. Degree students of the College of Zorik Chusum in Trashiangsi will be transferred to the College of Language and Culture Studies in Trongsa. This is because the college could not get qualified lecturers to continue with the course.
Currently, 12 students are pursuing bachelor's degree in language and literature at the college, introduced in August last year. The curriculum in the first year includes Zorik Chusum, which they will complete in July this year.
Following this, 11 of them will leave for the College of Language and Culture Studies in Takzi. One of the students decided to stay back and continue learning Zorik Chusum. The college administration said the decision to transfer was in consultation with the students.
We are sending
them to Takzi, and it does not mean their course is completed. It is a 4-year course about which we have already briefed the students while enrollment. And now, as the first year nears completion, we could not get new teachers, so we are transferring them to Takzi.
The erstwhile Institute of Zorik Chusum was upgraded to a college as part of the government's pledge to establish 3 colleges in the East. The college, since its establishment in 1997, has been offering diploma and certificate courses of Zorik Chusum.
The
1-year course in Zorik will benefit the students once they graduate from Takzi College. They can use the skills to earn extra income after getting a job.
Meanwhile, regarding the degree courses, the Labour Ministry plans to introduce it in the 12th 5-year plan. For Tringzam in Tashiangti, BBS News.
Apart from watermelon, Berti in Jemgang could soon be a village known for producing onions in mass as well. Farmers there are cultivating the spice for the first time, and looking at its lush fields, they are up for a bountiful harvest.
4 months since the sowing of seeds, Berti farmers' skepticism of growing onion as a viable winter crop is slowly fading. In fact, they are already considering onion as an alternate cash crop.
Himagani aku tu sumbera ani gopia hongbap so subera sunibe to kidira an baby ina gopdi datu namsam makila ka namase askale de leshum theon.
Agriculture officials said apart from helping farmers earn income, the initiative is also to contribute towards achieving the national goal of self-sufficiency.
Today for consumption we import onions from India, but with this initiative we are hoping to reduce its import and make at least the Dzongkhag self-sufficient.
The onions are expected to be ready for harvest before this paddy transplantation season begins. For Pema Samdrapin Jemgong, Sunampem for BBS News.
Forestry officials will strictly monitor and penalize outsiders if found in cordyceps collection areas in Lingji Tungkhak during the harvest season. Recent Thimphu Dzongkhag Tsokdu decided this after local leaders requested stern action against illegal collection.
The cordyceps collection time begins in June in Lingji. They get permit to collect for just 1 month. Cordyceps, which is considered the gold of the Himalayas, have brought drastic change in the lives of highlanders. But it is also attracting outsiders who collect cordyceps illegally. Local leaders said outsiders are not penalized by the forest officials if they are not found carrying cordyceps. And this affects the locals of Lingji Tungkhak.
Back in 2016, there were not many outsiders since they were strictly monitored and there was strict rule. But from 2016, increasing number of outsiders came to collect cordyceps illegally. Since they do not need to follow any process, they collect cordyceps anywhere, anytime.
Earlier, as soon as outsiders were found in the areas, they were imposed fine whether they were found with cordyceps or not. But from last year, if they were found without cordyceps, they were not penalized. They spent days in the areas and usually hide cordyceps.
Meanwhile, the forest officials said the offenders will be penalized as per the Forest and Nature Conservation Rules and Regulation 2017.
As per the directives from the department, if people from other places are found in the areas, they will be charged a fine of 5,000 Newton per person. If found with cordyceps, they will have to pay a fine of 200 Newton per piece.
But local leaders were also urged to work closely with park officials to curb the problem. For Changadoji, this is Pupgam for BBS News.
Some tree species in Bhutan have been found to cause allergies such as itching, sneezing and watery eyes. As a result, the Department of Forest and Park Services started felling such trees about 5 years ago.
The removal of trees belonging to Populus and Thuja species and Cupressus macrocarpa started when it was found the trees had an impact to human health. These trees are exotic species, which means they are not native to Bhutan, and humans moved it to areas outside their native ranges. Today, in Thimphu alone, forest officials have felled over 3,500 such trees. The department has also instructed to do the same in other dzongkhaks.
From scientific point of view, changing vegetation by planting new tree species can cause a lot of problem. It leads to change in animals' habitat along with other impacts. It can also cause problem to mankind and result in allergic diseases.
The trees are commonly found near the roads, schools, and private premises, among others.
These trees are not found in thick dense forest. It can be found growing along the roads, especially in towns such as Thimphu, Paro, Phensuling, Samrup Jonkar and Gelevu. People planted the trees thinking it was pleasing to the eyes and beautified the surrounding.
The failed trees within the government land will be given to the Natural Resources Development Corporation Limited, while those within private premises will be given to respective owners. Samtin Dolkar, BBS News.
Despite making progress in tuberculosis detection and achieving treatment success rate of more than 90%, the number of multi-drug resistant or MDR TB has been increasing in the country. From 55 cases in 2016, it increased to 60 last year. MDR TB is a form of tuberculosis infection caused by bacteria resistant to treatment.
Poor infection control in healthcare settings, close contact with MDR TB patients, and irregular treatment are some of the reasons for increasing number of MDR TB cases in the country. Health officials also attribute the rise to more advanced diagnosing equipment.
Before, the diagnosis of the MDR TB in the country was purely based on the judgment of the treating physician. And then now, about 4 or 5 years back, we have introduced these diagnostic facilities in the country and then expanded the services to many of the health facilities, including the regional referral hospitals. And then because of that, our MDR TB case detection is improving every year.
However, with the recently launched guidelines for shorter regimen treatment of MDR TB, it is expected to bring down the rising cases. In shorter regimen, the treatment will be shortened from 20 to 9 to 11 months. The treatment will be a lot cheaper and effective, but not all MDR TB patients will be eligible to undergo the shorter regimen treatment.
Not recommended to MDR TB patients who is exposed to one or more than one second-line medicines in the shorter MDR TB regimen for more than 1 month is one. And then the other one is not recommended if they cannot tolerate to more than one medicines in the shorter MDR TB regimen. Not recommended in pregnancy also, and then in case of extrapulmonary TB cases also.
To start with, the ministry plans to provide the shorter regimen treatment to some 15 patients if they are found eligible. But for now, no MDR TB patients are eligible to undergo the treatment. Sunampem for BBS News.
Gasa Tashi Thongmenzong is set to stand on its former glory come June this year. The renovation work started in August 2014 and 4 years on, more than 80% is complete.
Today, works are in full swing to complete the Dzongkhag's administrative offices, residents of the Lamnite and main courtyard. Around 130 Bhutanese nationals are working to restore the 17th century fortress.
There's nothing to be worried because all those woodworks that needs to be done, these are all ready actually. These are all in the Sokhang, it is ready. Now only what we're waiting for is the mud and the stone works that is to be completed, and which will be completed in about a month's time, and then all this woodwork will come and it will be completed.
The Utse, which houses the Gyenka of Abgomo, the protecting deity of Gaza, was inaugurated last December by His Majesty as part of the 25 years celebration of Gaza Dzongkhag. The government of Bhutan and India are jointly funding the project worth 166 million yutam. From Gaza, Sharab Doji, PBS News.
For the people of Jemgang, the Techu this time will be a journey back in time. They will get to witness a folk dance that was never performed during the annual event before and is on the verge of disappearance.
The dancers, leaning back to back, twist and turn to a king song, Mito Lasso Mito. With peculiar steps, it was performed mostly for entertainment. As the song's title explains, the lyrics are about offering flowers as a tribute to the kings of four directions. The dance originated from Lower King, but no one is sure when it was first performed.
The song is also a prayer for the long life and prosperity of the kings of East, West, North and South directions. If we stop performing such songs, it will be a loss to our rich culture. We are trying to revive it and pass it on to our younger generations.
The age-old dance is performed during local festivals and ceremonies and visits of important personalities.
Like Mito Lasso Mito, so far, the Dzongkhag administration has been able to revive around 5 to 6 folk songs and dances native to the Dzongkhag. They are performed in every annual Techu. The plan is to have more performances of such folk songs during the festival. For Pema Samdrup in Jemgang, Samtin Dolkar, PBS News.
While the Indians dominated most of the top spots in the South Asian Cross Country Championship 2018, Bhutan managed a bronze medal. The one-day international event was organized at the Royal Thimphu Golf Course on Tuesday.
Here we go!
From the beginning, as they took the lead, the intentions of the Indian cross-country runners were clear. In the men's individual category, Pradeep Singh Chowdhury came first by completing the 10-kilometer race in just 34 minutes. The story was no different in the women's individual category. Jadhav Sanjeevani Baburao from India bagged the gold. She finished the 8-kilometer race in 36 minutes and 20 seconds.
I could not perform well during the last Asian Cross Country Championship in China due to some reasons. I was disappointed. However, after winning this championship today, I feel good.
Back home, we train at lower altitude than here. So here, the difference in altitude hampered my performance today. However, I'm happy I won my first gold medal after taking part in 11 international events.
In the men's team category as well, India grabbed the first place, followed by Sri Lanka. For the Bhutanese men's team, their 2-month-long training helped them win a bronze in the team category.
We trained only for 2 months, whereas participants from some countries have been training for more than 8 years. I am happy we competed with them and won the bronze medal for the country.
In women's team category, Team Sri Lanka came first. India and Nepal took the 2nd and 3rd places respectively. There were only 4 women's teams from the 6 participating countries. Meanwhile, for the Bhutanese women's team, despite failing to claim medals in the championship, all athletes completed the cross-country running courses. Among 4 of them, 22-year-old Chimidema was the first to complete the race.
It was a good experience for us and all the runners, Bhutanese runners, to participate with all the tough runners from all outside countries. I would love to run with the international runners again in near future.
This is Bhutan's first time hosting the South Asian Cross Country Championship. The Bhutan Amateur Athletic Federation organized the event. Pasang Doji, BBS News.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.